Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Friday, July 2nd, at 3:25 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 720 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Vauxhall set to announce Ellesmere Port electric van. 76-year-old woman shoved to ground in unprovoked attack in NYC. Boeing 737 cargo jet crashes into sea off Honolulu, Hawaii. Infant shot in head among 7 wounded in Chicago shooting. 2 more bodies have been recovered from the rubble of the collapsed Florida condo, including child of Miami firefighter. Washington lawmaker apologizes for wearing yellow Star of David during speech against vaccine mandates. Almost as soon as the U.S. military left its biggest air base in Afghanistan, looters rolled in. 1 year after 6-year-old boy killed on July 4th, California police name new suspect. In a divided America, reflect on the values in the Declaration. Fresh Prince star calls out Felicia Rashad for Cosby tweet, "What are you thinking?" The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Local officials sound the alarm over another possible wave of COVID-19 infections, CNN. Sha'Carri Richardson suspended for 1 month after positive test for marijuana, The New York Times. A Boeing 737 cargo plane makes emergency landing in the water near Honolulu, CNN. Firefighter's 7-year-old daughter among victims of Florida condo collapse, death toll rises to 20, USA Today. Jeff Bezos on his 4-step method for building trust and reputation, it's really that simple, and research backs it up, CNBC. Independence Day team reveals studio reaction to Will Smith, cast Black Guy, Kill 4 in box office, IndieWire. Dallas Cowboys chosen for Hard Knocks, 4 storylines to watch on HBO's 5-episode series, NFL.com. Biden updates Reagan's Morning in America, It's Afternoon and Sun is coming out, New York Post. A commission finds quite a lot of tolerance for sexual harassment in the military, NPR. What Bill Cosby's release means for Harvey Weinstein, CNN. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. 37 of the funniest tweets about cats and dogs this week. Demi Lovato hails Queen Lizzo for correcting paparazzo's misgendering gaffe. Princess Diana's brother posts moving tribute on her 60th birthday. Bodies of several children found in ruins of condo collapse, death toll hits 20. This is how you die in extreme heat. The funniest tweets from parents this week. Vatican calls for all-out effort to combat vaccine hesitancy. Coming soon, a gay Pride and Prejudice starring Bo and Yang. Biden endorses prosecuting military sexual assault outside chain of command. Supreme Court turns away Flores to refused same-sex wedding job. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Grand jury indicts officers for 2019 assault. 1 rescued after tree falls into home. Cookout honors first responders. Deputy fired after fatally shooting teen. Couples, wedding photo vanished, took thousands. Animal control loses family's dog. Museum obtains key 1854 Lincoln letter. Family celebrates woman's 100th birthday. Man accused of stabbing rabbi in court. Suspect shoots deputy, city workers. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. U.S. leaves its last Afghan base, effectively ending operations. Photos from America's longest war. As Afghanistan forces crumble, an air of unreality grips the capital. Pilots who landed Boeing 737 in waters off Hawaii are rescued. Hive updates. Rubble at Florida condo site is being searched again. J&J says early results show its vaccine protects against Delta variant. Biden backs removing commanders from military sex assault cases. U.S. adds 850,000 jobs in June, a sharp rise. The most expensive New York City home sold in June. Sha'Carri Richardson suspended for 1 month after positive test for marijuana. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Liberty's Lost Rebels, Pete Hegseth debuts new season of Untold, Patriot revealed. Britney Spears' sister Jamie Lynn says she's receiving death threats over conservatorship battle. Supreme Court to hear case on Maine tuition program that bars money for religious education. Mark Wahlberg wishes Total Smoke Show wife Rhea Durham a happy birthday, love you babe. Arkansas deputy fired for failing to activate body camera during shooting that led to teen's death. Democrats concerned Harris couldn't beat the GOP nominee, even if Trump, report. Blake Shelton, Reba McEntire, and more to perform at Macy's 4th of July fireworks spectacular. Road America hosting first NASCAR Cup Series race since 1956 on July 4th. Mom details 12-year-old daughter's extreme reactions to COVID vaccine, says she's now in wheelchair. McCarthy slams Dems for trying to defund the borders by slashing CBP funding. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Friday, July 2nd. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Fourth stimulus check, is another relief payment on the way? Federal unemployment benefits ending early in some states. Child tax credit, IRS facing possible implementation problems for monthly check. Child tax credit, who will get a monthly check? Child tax credit, what does the updated credit mean for families? Child tax credit, 3 IRS tools to help you get what you're owed. I'm really impressed with Julio Castro and Eves. Brad Daugherty weighs in on SRX Racing Series season ahead of Saturday's trip to Lucas Oil Raceway. World's Strongest Man competition airing on CBS starting Saturday, July 3rd. Big Brother Season 23, meet the new house guests. Wondrium offers a new way to learn, available to anyone, anywhere. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Harrison Ford steps out wearing a sling after injuring his shoulder. Peter Morgan will end The Crown after season 6 as the plot is too close to the present day. Angela Merkel meets the Queen in their final official meeting before German Chancellor steps down. Sage scientist admits modeling underestimated the power of vaccines. Germany recommends mixing COVID vaccines, saying it gives significantly superior immune response. 15 burgers, bangers and steaks are headed for barbecues tomorrow as England take on Ukraine at Euro 2020. Duke of Sussex's car is spotted heading to the airport. Non-binary student, 20, has body hair longer than their boyfriends. Missing dog rings the doorbell to be let back inside after returning home. NHS surgeons threaten to strike over no 10 slap in the face 1% pay rise. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Thai virus surge prompts concern over intensive care units, vaccine supply. Australia ranks last on climate action in UN report. U.S. military vacates main air base in Afghanistan, underscoring withdrawal expected within days. What to know about U.S. forces in Afghanistan as withdrawal looms. As tourists return to Europe, some top destinations want fewer of them. COVID-19 global updates. India's death toll tops 400,000 as Delta variant gains ground worldwide. In isolated Belarus, everything is being weaponized to keep Lukashenko in power. That includes migrants. We are prisoners. Australia locks out thousands more citizens as virus slip-ups mount. South Africa's ruling ANC tries to defuse standoff over Zuma. The U.S., Ukraine Sea Breeze naval exercises, explained. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Switzerland v Spain, Euro 2020 quarterfinal, live. Wimbledon 2021, Murray, Djokovic and Evans in action, Muguruza out, live. Coronavirus live, India official death toll passes 400,000, 1 in 260 in England had COVID last week. Boeing 737 cargo pilots rescued off Hawaii coast after emergency landing. Biden backs major reform to U.S. military's handling of sexual assault cases, live. Miami firefighter's daughter found dead in condo rebel as toll rises to 20. The Trump charges look small potatoes, and the Republican base will shrug. Lloyd Green. Post-vaccine rebound accelerates as U.S. economy adds 850,000 jobs. How England finally learned to trust the country's flair players. Canadian inferno, northern heat exceeds worst-case climate models. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. What we know about the victims of the Surfside building collapse. 2 pilots alive after plane crashes near Hawaii. Tax law experts see strong case against Trump. Org, CFO. Surfside building collapse latest, 20 confirmed dead, including child of firefighter. Southwest Airlines cancel 2,600 flights in June, crews say they're exhausted. Live, ABC News. Live. Richardson will miss Olympic 100 after marijuana test. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Euro 2020, UEFA bans rainbow ads at 2 quarterfinals. Setchi Lop, Asia's El Chapo set to be extradited to Australia. U.S. halts executions restarted under Trump. Tokyo 2020, U.S. sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson set to miss Olympic Games after positive cannabis test. Statues of Queen Victoria and Queen Elizabeth II torn down in Canada. Bagram, last U.S. and NATO forces leave key Afghanistan base. COVID, Australia to have arrivals and trial home quarantine. Boy Scouts of America, $850 deal agreed over sexual abuse claims. Sri Lanka, hundreds of sea animals washed ashore after ship disaster. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Elsa becomes first hurricane of 2021 Atlantic season, Florida in path early next week. Child of Miami firefighter among collapse victims. Biden, U.S. adds 850,000 jobs as economy grows. An agonizing decision is looming for condo rescue teams, how long to search for survivors? SF Federal Reserve Bank CEO, U.S. economy is strong. Fireworks sent 15,600 people to the hospital last year. These are the most common injuries. Former Tennessee police officer pleads guilty to voluntary manslaughter in 2018 shooting death of black man. Officials say Florida condo building safe after TikTok appears to show crack in parking garage. J&J says vaccine works against Delta variant. WHO pushes Western nations to accept travelers with Chinese vaccines. COVID-19 updates. Firefighter's 7-year-old daughter among victims of Florida condo collapse, death toll rises to 20. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Alarmingly low rain levels prime California for fire danger in summer, fall. Delta variant brings rise in coronavirus cases to LA County, alarming officials. Los Angeles Police Department chief stands with embattled DA George Gascon as others attack, try to recall him. Virtual restaurants and the ghost of California burritos past. Postpartum depression on the rise, especially for women of color, during COVID-19 pandemic. Pomona School District defunds police, reimagines school safety. How did the Los Angeles Police Department manage to blow up a South LA block while seizing fireworks? After Florida collapse, Marina Del Rey condos found to be safe but in need of repair. Sexual abuse allegations at elite carpinteria boarding school prompt sheriff's investigation. James Youngblum, longtime Central Valley professor and researcher, found dead in Yosemite National Park. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Friday, July 2nd, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. More graves are found at Canadian schools for the Indigenous. Football fan raising money for young German girl who was abused online to show her not everyone in the UK is horrible, BBC News. Britain found to have funded conversion therapy clinics in Africa. Over 10,000 people gathered in London, to honor victims of residential schools. Queen Victoria and Elizabeth II statues toppled in Canada amid anger at deaths of Indigenous children. Canada. Indonesian woman faints after 100 lashes on her back for premarital sex. Emmanuel Macron warns France is becoming increasingly racialized in outburst against woke culture. UN chief asks India to end use of pellet guns on Kashmir children. 5 million British tourists may face EU travel ban over unapproved vaccine. This is the first time I am holding a gun. Afghans take up arms to fight the Taliban, civilians including women rising up to fight after US exit. Hundreds of dead turtles wash ashore in Sri Lanka weeks after cargo ship sinks off coast. Turkish women march as Ankara quits domestic violence treaty. Exxon lobbyist caught on sting video describes anti-climate moves, NPR. More churches up in flames in Canada as outrage against Catholic Church grows. The next headlines are from Forbes. Videos show Capitol rioter translating for GOP lawmakers during border trip. New Supreme Court case could eliminate legal barriers to school choice nationwide. Chicago White Sox recalling Jake Berger, Yorman Mercedes optioned. Ed Sheeran charts his milestone 10th #1 single in the UK with Bad Habits. F9 feet races past Godzilla vs. Kong at worldwide box office. ABBA's Gold Greatest Hits is the first title to spend 1,000 weeks on the UK albums chart. Box office, Boss Baby 2 Feet and Forever Purge both nab $1.3 million in Thursday previews. Surge of Republican women to run for House in 2022. How Newark Airport declined in the pandemic and then rose again. Kids among most vulnerable to infectious Delta variant, here's why you should be more worried. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Coronapod, the biomarker that could change COVID vaccines. The powers and perils of using digital data to understand human behavior. Seek diversity to solve complexity. Scientists identify long-sought marker for COVID vaccine success. Everyone should decide how their digital data are used, not just tech companies. Mix and match COVID vaccines, the case is growing, but questions remain. Mars's glowing auroras snapped by Hope spacecraft. Scraping icebergs trigger seafloor landslides, and the risk is growing. Eiichi Negishi, 1935 to 2021. Why leaky pipes can be better for moving water. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,715,626,038 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time, and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. How Mickey the Brave, art director Alan Bugner paid homage to Disney's classic Mouse Club. Fear Street, 1984 special makeup FX designer Christopher Allen on creating Killer Skull mask for Netflix's R.L. Stine adaptation. Dee on becoming the first Black American woman featured in the Criterion Collection with Pariah. Lizzie's story, how Stephen King's Creepy World was brought to life exclusive. Shakespeare in the Park's return reflects how New York City and its theater institutions are changing. Box office, Boss Baby 2, Forever Purge both earn $1.3 million in previews. The best albums of 2021, so far. Pretty Little Liars HBO Max reboot casts Chandler Kinney, Maya Rafiko. Channel 4 and Sky renew long-term strategic partnership, Global Bulletin. Britney Spears' blistering statement against conservatorship leads LA courts to end remote audio broadcasts. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. There's been a big drop in the number of missing from the Surfside condo collapse. Florida judge orders Surfside Condo Association board into receivership. A crippling third wave of COVID adds to Afghanistan's woes. U.S. sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson is suspended after a positive marijuana test. Photos, 15 things folks cannot live without in a pandemic, from Mance to Holy Water. Hundreds are believed to have died during the Pacific Northwest heat wave. Hacks are prompting calls for a cyber agreement, but reaching one would be tough. Backyard grilling seems safe, until it isn't. Months before Florida condo collapsed, residents and the board sparred over repairs. FEMA rejected 95% of aid applicants during California's last wildfire disaster. Why? The following headlines are from The Week. Former Senator Claire McCaskill says her new family tradition is to watch Capitol riot footage on the 4th of July. The depressing trajectory of J.D. Vance. The Week contest, Vex anthem. A Capitol rioter reportedly accompanied GOP lawmakers on border trip. Biden touts June jobs report despite his economic advisor's caution. Swimming caps for natural black hair reportedly rejected from Olympics for not fitting the natural form of the head. The U.S. added over 800,000 jobs in June. Biden's economic advisors caution against reading too much into it. Kamala Harris faces gusher of leaks alleging her office is a S-chow. Sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson apologizes as she could miss the Olympics over positive marijuana test. Rudy Giuliani sent Trump business rival Leona Helmsley to prison for tax fraud. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Mapping Indigenous Communities of Texas, Wichita and Affiliated Tribes, Caracare, I.S. Undocumented immigrants continue to be expelled from the U.S. under Title 42 COVID-19 measures. The next headlines are from Universe Today. To take the best direct images of exoplanets with space telescopes, we are going to want stars Hades. Astronomers detected a black hole neutron star merger, and then another just 10 days later. China releases sound and video of its rover landing. These are the news headlines for today, Friday, July 2nd. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Deep Space Atomic Clock sets record in first test run. Virgin Orbit successfully launches 7 satellites in third mission. Hubble in safe mode, might run on backup computer. Summer triangle star, Vega is bright and blue-white. Planet makes a surprise photobomb. Thuban is a former pole star. The next news is from Politico. George Floyd's murder transformed America. What politicos are reading this summer? Global tax deal reached despite vocal opposition. Infighting in Europe and US threatens global tax deal. I want to talk about happy things, man, Biden chafes at press questions on Afghanistan. As the Taliban gain ground, how long can the US embassy in Kabul stand? Biden backs major reform to military's handling of sexual assault. White House senior advisor Anita Dunn to step down shortly from her temporary role. Climate scientists take swipe at ExxonMobil, industry in leaked report. U.S. job gains surge, easing pressure on Biden over labor market. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Plane makes emergency landing in ocean, to rescued. More bodies found at site of collapsed Miami condominium. This laughable circus is minus a ringmaster. Ondu refuses to let critics, doubters take claws off his celebrity portraits. The problem with betrayal is that we don't see it coming. New scholarship program for Indigenous students. Hourglass big $100 Michelin Street spend snares Balenciaga. Bombay's Pippi apartments are beautifully crafted, almost by hand. Laundry Family Consortium splashes $37 on regional pubs. Supermarkets full of flavor for investors. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Market snapshot, U.S. stocks rise into record territory after jobs report. Futures movers, oil prices mixed as OPEC Plus struggles to reach deal on production. The big move, we live in California where $1 million gets you a fixer-upper. Should we stop investing $5,000 a month and buy a home instead? Charles Schwab expects charge of least $200 million in second quarter as SEC probes its robo-advisory business. Tesla sales show company is weathering chip shortage better than other automakers. Revolution Investing, 2 new stock market acronyms, follow and YAMO, can save you a lot of grief and money. This U.S. city has the highest share of super-rich residents in the world, it's not San Francisco, New York or Seattle. The Wall Street Journal, Justice Department is probing Lordstown Motors. Economic report, millions of Americans are going back to work where they actually work. Top 10, weekend reads, Robinhood's IPO plans, and how to get a pay raise. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Assigners can challenge validity so long as they do not contradict assignment representations, J.D. Supra. Divisional patents in India, strategic impacts of restrictive divisional practice, J.D. Supra. Apple Watch faces potential ban in the U.S. for alleged patent infringement, India Today. Once again, generic computer systems that do routine functions are not patentable, J.D. Supra. The Unified Patent Court, Lexology. Plaintiff cannot amend statement of claim more than 45 days after receipt of notice to plead infringement of further patents, intellectual property, Canada, Mondac News alerts. Coronavirus vaccination reopens complex debate on drug patents, evangelical focus. Lessons in innovation from Stigler's Law of Eponymy, Lexology. IP Law 2021 Mid-Year Trends, Looking Ahead, Bloomberg Law. How freezing changed the green pea, BBC News. The next headlines are from Quartz. Jakarta is seeing an echo of Delhi's COVID-19 horrors. Extra unemployment benefits aren't holding back the U.S. economy. Beware the chilling effects of hot desking. Which U.S. workers benefit most from the labor shortage? Why people believe in UFOs and lab leaks. Defund the police, their salaries are inching up in the U.S. Investors are liking the U.S. fracking industry's new strategy, trying to make money. Chinese tech companies are walking back ruling 996 culture. What actually is critical race theory anyway? Robinhood filing, U.S. jobs report, space bathroom vistas. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Court rejects Facebook user's lawsuit demanding $10 million per day in damages for having his posts removed. Daily Deal, Zero active noise cancelling wireless earbuds. AT&T has DC pushing the idea that big tech should give big telecom billions for no coherent reason. LA court abusing copyright law to take down unauthorized recording of Britney Spears hearing. Georgia Supreme Court overturns computer crime conviction for man who copied himself on emails sent to his boss. Former Trump aide launches Twitter clone that seems to yank a ton of data right out of Twitter, already has first content moderation crisis. Content moderation case study, Facebook removes image of two men kissing, 2011. Judge Don Willett calls out appeals court for saying setting a suicidal man on fire didn't violate his rights. Trump allegedly demanded Parler kick off his critics if it wanted him on the platform. Denmark's media companies form copyright collective to force Google and Facebook to pay more for sending them traffic. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Fear Street. Spain versus Switzerland. Richard Branson. Drew Holiday. Mark Richt. Olivia Dunn. Angelina Jolie. Timorian Terry. Bucks. Sha'Carri Richardson. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Housing trans women convicted of sexual offences in female prisons is lawful, England High Court rules. Trusted friends and hateful language filter, Twitter's concept features to allow users to choose who and what they want to hear. Cristiano Ronaldo topples the rug on Instagram rich list, as figures show Portugal star and Lionel Messi rake in over $1 in a post. Lebanon security chief faces prosecution over fatal Beirut port blast. Biden says no plan for imminent withdrawal of remaining troops in Afghanistan, despite earlier reports. COVID lottery, Slovakia to roll out cash prize scheme to incentivize people to get vaccinated. U.S. Supreme Court refuses to hear LGBTQ rights case involving businesses that refuse to cater for same-sex weddings. Oracle Cat, St. Petersburg predictor Achilles returns to pick winner over dinner of Spain against Switzerland at Euro 2020. Watch, hundreds protest in Istanbul as Erdogan withdraws Turkey from international treaty protecting women's rights. Angela Merkel says vaccinated Brits should be able to enter Germany without quarantine in foreseeable future. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Party's over, Bank of America sees stagflationary miss landing markets in second half. Questions swirl after mysterious drowning death of 41-year-old Bitcoin billionaire. Elon Musk frustrated with broken regulations after SpaceX launch is interrupted. June auto sales plunged to SAR of 15.4 million due to falling dealer inventory. It's too late to save Christmas, retailers brace for unprecedented shortages of everything. We're running out of new money, Burry believes meme stocks headed for massive crash. Number of U.S. truck drivers sidelined due to substance abuse violations has surpassed 60,000. Lordstown shares plunge on reports Department of Justice is probing the company. U.S. forces exit Bagram Air Base as Biden's Afghanistan pullout speeds up. Capitalism does not equal corporatism, Part 2. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. EU border guards sent to Lithuania amid Belarus migrant crisis. Does working from home boost productivity? Sometimes. Xi versus Biden, petrol prices in Lebanon, and Nigerian bank workers. Diddy tumbles after mega IPO as China unveils new cyber probe. Lebanese judge goes after top officials over port blast. UN urges Morocco, Polisario to accept candidate for W-Sahara post. Boy Scouts reach $850 in settlement with U.S. sex abuse victims. Libyan Navy acknowledges dangerous chase of migrant boat. Bezos' legacy gets mixed reviews as he exits Amazon CEO role. California Governor Newsom to face recall vote in September. The next headlines are from Breitbart. GOP pressure builds on Jerry Moran to walk away from infrastructure deal. Dick Durbin blames filibuster for blocking voting rights legislation. Media Matters, Andrew Breitbart's attack on critical race theory appears to be working. Howard University students, alumni call for Felicia Rashad's firing over Bill Cosby support. Poll, majority of Democrats say U.S. is not a nation with liberty and justice for all. Joe Biden snaps at the press, I want to talk about happy things man. Texas governor seeks survey of property damages caused by migrant crisis. Kamala Harris has history of mistreatment of employees in dissent as White House infighting and sabotage ensue. Human trafficking bust results in 82 arrests, 31 rescued. Photos, hundreds of migrant families released into South Texas after Trump visit. The next headlines are from UPI News. Watch, world's longest plastic water slide record broken in West Virginia. Escaped red panda captured a day later on grounds of German zoo. Man rushes to second store to buy lottery ticket in time, wins $200,000. Look, dog reported stolen in Florida found 7 years later in Michigan. Watch, alligator visits Florida church, is greeted by pastor. 10 overdue books returned to library after being checked out in 1937. Watch, seal wanders into New Zealand road during morning commute. Watch, Florida man uninjured when lightning strikes fishing pole. Watch, school in UAE breaks Guinness record with world's largest medal. Watch, escaped venomous snake captured after 2 days in North Carolina. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Video of divers alongside 26 feet long giant sea worm is something to behold. Gould's mouse was declared extinct, but DNA shows it still lives on this Australian island. Indonesia sees lowest rates of deforestation in 30 years, cuts forest law 75% year-over-year. The world has achieved huge milestones in 6 areas of renewable energy so far this year. Florida just enacted a sweeping law to protect its vast wildlife corridors and save panthers. The sewing machine project is mending lives stitch by stitch. Without this New Zealand penguin hospital, these endangered birds would be functionally extinct. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Friday, July 2nd. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. British man becomes first in the world to break his penis vertically while having sex. Montana man reunites with puppy after bear attack in Alaska. Stress can accelerate grays, but hair color can be restored when stress is eliminated, scientists find. Chinese police academy auctions off timid dogs who fail to qualify. The alligator pays a visit to a church in Florida and is greeted by the pastor, news media. Pareidolia, when objects have faces, explained by science. Neighborhood overrun by mob of ducks. California high school stripped of basketball title after tortillas were thrown at opposing Latino players. Pregnant woman arrested after assaulting her boyfriend for eating her Oreos. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. The Deeper Connect Nano could replace your VPN and offer even greater peace of mind. Ola Electric teases its cool new scooter in a techie video. Forget the Pentagon report, Matt can tell us if aliens exist. How to use the coolest new features in Python 3.10. How to schedule messages on Slack. Lester installs Be-Friendly bus stops. I'm an astronomer and think aliens are plausible, but not because of UFOs. Dear Twitter, my shitposting ass begs you to launch a close friends feature. The Pentagon report could be a stepping stone to proper UFO science. Richard Branson will snatch away Bezos' first billionaire in space title. The following headlines are from Science Daily. COVID-19 test offers solution for population-wide testing, scientists say. Large-scale drug analysis reveals potential new COVID-19 antivirals. Cleaner air has boosted U.S. corn and soybean yields. Brain circuit for spirituality? Earth's cryosphere shrinking by 87,000 square kilometers per year. Rethinking plastics. Skin in the game, transformative approach uses the human body to recharge smartwatches. Moderna and Pfizer BioNTech vaccines prime T cells to fight SARS-CoV-2 variants, study finds. How long can a person live? The 21st century may see a record breaker. Imaging spectroscopy can predict water stress in wild blueberry fields. The next headlines are from Information Week. Mondelez takes a low-code, no-code approach to development. The pandemic has changed how IT teams collaborate, permanently. How CIO roles will change, the future of work. How to get a stronger grip on contract and vendor management. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Friday, July 2nd from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA posts agency-wide media accreditation policy. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Nicholas Kristof, how can you hate me when you don't even know me? Michelle Goldberg, the maddening debate over critical race theory. Paul Krugman, the right goes all in on ignorance. Gary Wills, the bishops are wrong about Biden, and about abortion. Jill Filipovich, women are having fewer babies because they have more choices. Man charged with homicide in Taylorsville shooting. Andy Larson, the Delta variant is here, and it's spreading. What you need to know about the rising threat. Ex-employees sue Utah Pride Center, alleging discrimination, retaliation. Trip trails, beginner peaks, avenues Twin Peaks about as easy as it gets for wannabe peak baggers. Liquor store employees in Utah just got a raise, here's what they get paid. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Qualcomm's new CEO eyes dominance in the laptop markets. OpenStreetMap looks to relocate to EU due to Brexit limitations. Jim Whitehurst steps down as president at IBM just 14 months after taking role. The scientists hired by Big Oil who predicted the climate crisis long ago. The internet is rotting. Facebook tests prompts that ask users if they're worried a friend is becoming an extremist. UK will stop using coal power in just 3 years. Former Trump aide Jason Miller to launch new social app Jetter. TV-style commercials are coming to console games. Humble Bundle stops purchasers from giving full payment to charity. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Death of woman found on rail tracks investigated as homicide. Missouri board to investigate work conditions at pharmacies. Anheuser-Busch kicks off beer giveaway as U.S. nears vaccination goal. Bear spotted in Warren County front yard. Mayor Jones shares how St. Louis would spend $80 million in direct relief. Newborns at SSM Health St. Joseph Hospital are ready for America's birthday. Historic Native American art vandalized at Missouri's Miller Cave. Kurt Warner gifts single mom with $10K worth of furniture for new home. Girl, 9, visiting Edwardsville abducted by biological mother, police say. Governor Parson asks for help from feds as COVID cases climb in Missouri. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Border Patrol finds 3 hidden drug stashes within an hour. Home video shows debris falling inside Florida condo before collapse. Armed man fleeing police breaks into Normal Heights apartment. Biden delivers remarks after U.S. adds 850,000 jobs in June. MCAS Miramar attack squadron is first in USMC to become ready in F-35Cs. Sha'Carri Richardson to miss Olympic 100 after failed drug test. La Jolla fireworks show in limbo after city rejects permit. Surgeon warns San Diego families after firework explodes in boy's hand. Driver killed after being ejected from vehicle in solo crash. Local NAACP branch wants Cathedral Catholic T-shirt incident re-examined. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Angry Russia shadows Italian Navy frigate in Black Sea. U.S., Japan conducts simulated scenario missile defense on Camp Amami. Russia deploys Su-35S heavy fighters to Kamchatka Peninsula. Possible $445 M heavy tactical vehicle sale to Kuwait gets U.S. State Department approval. Raytheon gets $2 billion contract for new nuclear cruise missile. U.S. Marine Corps deploys its tank destroyers to Ukraine. USS Billings makes its maiden deployment to the U.S. 4th Fleet Area of Operations. First U.S. Marines F-35C squadron declares full operational capability. Oshkosh secures $152 M contract for JLTVs for U.S. military and NATO allies. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. China's anti-foreign sanctions law, concerns and uncertainty abound. China's rise is unstoppable, she declares in Tiananmen speech marking 100th anniversary of CCP. Following the Long March, a pilgrimage of the CCP's journey. Why there are so few women in Chinese politics. From Snively to Xi, how Chinese communism has endured and evolved over 100 years. Retracing the Long March, a red pilgrimage on motorbike. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Friday, July 2nd, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Boy Scouts of America reaches $850 million agreement with victims. 4th of July supplies, prices on these items are going up. 4th of July hours, what's open and closed. San Francisco health officials urge caution for 4th of July weekend. How to take Insta-worthy fireworks pics with your iPhone. LAX departures were halted, terminals evacuated for suspicious item investigation, now cleared. Florida building collapse, death toll rises to 20 as hurricane complicates search. Newsom's gamble, recall win could hinge on jobs, virus cases. Suspect arrested for allegedly ramming a San Francisco police vehicle. 4th of July grilling ideas and tips. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. COVID-19 update, 26,697 more shots, 356 new cases, 10 more deaths. After pandemic pause, one woman's crusade for kids' resumes. Clarification, Fox News harassment story. More events added to Schomburg Boomers promotion schedule. Stocks climb on Wall Street following encouraging jobs data. Old Arlington Heights restaurant site serves up bites of a different sort. PT Holdings buys Minnesota Food Service Company. 2 treats in 1, original rainbow cone and Buona beef to join forces and Dairy Inn. Jim O'Donnell, talk of Arlington Park Astrodome began more than 50 years ago. Olympic dreams, 3 Barrington volleyball players get invites to train with national program. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Seattle starts final phase of repairs to W Seattle Bridge, but don't expect to see crews just yet. Pinball, Monet, Sir Mix-a-Lot, more happening in Seattle this weekend July 2nd to 5th. Expect busy roads, longer ferry waits for 4th of July weekend in Western Washington. Washington enacts statewide burn ban ahead of 4th of July due to dry conditions. Farm Stand Fresh celebrates Washington's Skagit Valley Farms this summer. Where you can, and cannot, buy, light-off fireworks in King County. Several King County beaches close due to high bacteria levels before busy holiday weekend. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Orange alert for Tropical Cyclone Elsa 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0.875 million. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Volcanic eruption is ongoing for Tallinn, Philippines. Volcanic eruption is ongoing for Etna in Italy. Drought is ongoing in United States. Drought is ongoing in Kazakhstan, Russia, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, Iran, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Angola. Drought is ongoing in Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania. Drought is ongoing in Bangladesh, Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Friday, July 2nd in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Homeowner killed when multiple people forced their way into house in East Harris County. U.S. track star Sha'Carri Richardson will miss Olympic 100 after marijuana test. Pandemic inspires couples gourmet tortilla business. 12-year-old from NJ becomes world's youngest chess grandmaster. Lacrosse players urge leagues to make room for diverse athletes. Storms return late Friday with even more over the holiday weekend. Henry Winkler joins Disney Plus series Monsters at Work. Houston Zoo welcomes bald eagle who suffered wing injury during winter storm. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. U.S. hiring accelerated last month as workers see pay gains. The latest, Biden, concern about unvaccinated during holiday. Jeffrey Epstein's New Mexico ranch listed for $27.5 million. Explainer, deterring tax avoidance by global companies. Group plans to pressure Kansas Senator Morin on infrastructure. Biden backs changes in military sexual assault prosecution. Ex-officer pleads guilty to manslaughter, family objects. VK, Ross Enqvist cleared to return to IndyCar at Mid-Ohio. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Move over Los Angeles, New York leads all urban areas in traffic congestion. Maya Wiley files legal actions allowing her to challenge primary outcome. Where to watch the 2021 Macy's 4th of July fireworks in NYC. All eyes on absentee ballot count, as mayor's race and many others hang in the balance. Glitches with New York's rental assistance website confound tenants seeking aid. Extra, wealth management firm asks to resign as Britney Spears co-conservators. With preliminary tally showing her a close third, Maya Wiley weighs her legal options. Celebrate Bobby Bonilla Day with a sleepover at Citi Field in July. MTA unveils brand new subway car of the not-so-distant future. Update, Trump Organization and CFO Alan Weisselberg to face tax investigation charges. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. If a nuclear war must never be fought, then Dalit and Muslim Indian women leading change in South Sudan. Turning crisis into opportunity, world leaders meet at UN to help drive pandemic recovery. UN Pause campaign has helped slow spread of life-threatening misinformation. Billions risk being without access to water and sanitation services by 2030. Social protection lifeline during COVID depends on where you live. Delta variant drives Africa COVID threat to whole new level, WHO warns, dominant in Europe by August. France needs more civil liberties and less hyper-securitization of religion. Stopping marine plastic pollution, a key IUCN Congress goal. Water, a matter of survival in the world of pandemics. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Judge denies request to remove father from Britney Spears' conservatorship. U.S. hands Bagram airfield to Afghans after nearly 20 years. Recall, up a baby stroller rumble seat adapters pose child fall hazard. Yes, USA Today really did publish the suggestive heat wave graphic. Explainer, Olympics are harder on marijuana than pro sports. Did Michael Phelps test positive for marijuana and still compete in Olympics? Was COVID vaccine microchip detected with PET scanner? Justices turn away Flores to refused same-sex wedding job. Sha'Carri Richardson will miss Olympic 100-meter race after marijuana test. Elsa strengthens into season's first hurricane in Caribbean. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. COVID-19 vaccine-generated spike protein is safe, contrary to viral claims. Unsubstantiated claims follow deaths of British and Indian airline pilots. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Sha'Carri Richardson, I used weed after reporter told me my biological mother had died. Statue of the Queen toppled as Canadians protest the mass graves of Indigenous children. Inside broke Roger Stone's very shady condo purchase. Fox News interested in Meghan McCain, but would she return? The Forever Purge takes aim at white nationalists and Trump's border hysteria. It's a photo op, 1 week after Harris' visit to border, advocates are unimpressed. Summer of Soul, the rapturous Black Woodstock buried from history for 50 years. Joe assembled a Biden coalition, Dems are set to junket. Denmark is open to Americans, here's what it's like to visit right now. Not a single Republican fears the wrath of Kevin McCarthy. The next headlines are from the New York Post. China investigates Diddy over cybersecurity days after its huge IPO. Princess Diana's statue features this symbolic outfit. Michael Beasley joins Blazers Summer League squad in NBA comeback attempt. 9-year-old girl, baby struck in the head during separate Chicago shootings. New York City's $100 billion budget is the size of Florida's, but de Blasio doesn't care. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. The sky this week. Venus needs the beehive. Giant comet found hidden in dark energy data. Pentagon UFO report, no confirmed aliens, but the government wants to learn more. Hubble waylaid by computer fault. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Flying car completes first test flight between airports in 35 minutes. Astronomers discover record-breaking small white dwarf star. Expedition will monitor the Titanic's decay before it all disappears. Dozens of deaths blamed on record-setting heat wave. Biden lays out plan to combat wildfires amid heat wave and historic drought. Biden announces plan to step up federal response to wildfires. Heat waves threaten more than 50 million on both U.S. coasts. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Maya Wiley files preliminary suit to preserve right to challenge NYC mayoral election. Ad featuring same-sex family defies Russia's gay propaganda law. Former NY detective deemed healthy enough to face 1980 sex assault charges. Gunman's deep disdain for college students could be motive behind 2018 Thousand Oaks bar shooting. 3-year-old dies in hot car. Guardian says she forgot to drop him off at daycare. Cops. Biden concerned about Afghanistan's internal issues as U.S. troop pullout nears completion. Biden to back changes in military sexual assault prosecution. Florida teen says he was encouraged by Satan to rob in order to pay for college. 7-year-old daughter of Miami firefighter found in rubble of collapsed Florida condo. Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton get marriage license near his Oklahoma hometown, have 10 days to use it. The following headlines are from military.com. Texas soldier who shot protester indicted on murder charge. Coast Guard, large oil leak during Georgia ship demolition. The Space Force has its first Marines, and soldiers and sailors. VA doctor among missing as mobile counseling center is set up after condo collapse. Navy upgrades rank of Marine involved in Taliban urination video. Arkansas senator suggests reviewing all general nominations for critical race theory. In new realignment, Air Force wants to shift some HH-60s, A-10s and F-22s. At Communist Party centenary, she says China won't be bullied. All soldiers now must serve as corporals before promotion to sergeant. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Business and Success section changes. Mayor Lori Lightfoot apologized, but her administration takes hard line with Jeanette Young in high-stakes lawsuit over botched raid. STEM school student equity. Motion seeks to allow evidence of past violence and association with Proud Boys by Kyle Rittenhouse at his trial. Texts warning of an expired driver's license are part of a phishing scam that has hit hundreds of Illinois residents. 96-year-old Westmont nursing home resident died of exposure after workers left her in bus overnight, prosecutors say. Stolen ambulance leads police on chase. Chicago area's July 4th weekend kicks off with dangerous high waves, followed by high heat through holiday. 3 people shot in crossfire between 2 cars in Garfield Park. The following headlines are from phys.org. Scientists publish a how-to guide for creating mouse-human chimeric embryos. Tactically responsive Launch 2 payload launched into orbit after being built in record time. How ethane-consuming archaea pick up their favorite food. 3-in-1 approach boosts the silencing power of CRISPR. Wildfires rage across western Canada and California. Better planning can reduce the urban heat island effect. Open source camera system that images natural habitats as they appear to rodents. The missing ocean plastic sink. Researchers develop a viscosity measurement technique for both liquids and gases. Color and flavor, pigments play a role in creating tasty tomatoes. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Friday, July 2nd, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Meet your lymphatic system, a key part of the immune system. Here's how the latest U.S. intelligence report on UFOs might bring science to the UFO world. This is your brain on enlightenment. Solar-powered moon rovers will help scientists seek lunar ice. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Relief and challenges as Seattle schools plan a return to the classroom this fall. French soccer powerhouse Bordeaux provisionally relegated. Softball is back on the Olympic schedule for Tokyo. Baz, Kazmir, Starling join Frazier for U.S. Olympic baseball. Girls' prayer at collapsed site leads to meeting with Biden. Simone showcase, Biles bidding for history in Tokyo. France probes claims that retailers used force to hire labor. Texas man dies when fishing vessel capsizes in Alaska. Canadians disappointed, just 3,500 fans allowed for Game 3. Veteran Alves but no Neymar as Brazil eyes soccer gold again. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. First look, inside Berkeley's new, pandemic-born Via del Corso. Was Angelina Jolie's date with The Weeknd a publicity stunt? Boy Scouts of America reaches $850 million agreement with child sex abuse victims. Florida condo collapse survivors escaped with their lives, but little else. Questlove doc revives memories, magic of Summer of Soul. Tomorrow War lists all the alien invasion movie tropes it can. Mark Redwine murder trial, 13-year-old boy suffered skull fracture around time of death, expert testifies. Boston police officer made phony report to help bus driver keep his job. Matt Mauser, whose wife died in Kobe Bryant helicopter crash, to perform on America's Got Talent. UC Riverside will help with slavery database co-created by New Dean. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Thomas, Gorsuch suggest High Court should revisit defamation law. Biden ducks questions about Afghanistan pullout, wants to talk about happy things. Dodgers become first sports champion to visit Biden White House. Biden approves removing military commanders from deciding sex assault cases. Liberty, lots of travelers expected on freer 4th of July. Biden, lives will be lost due to Delta threat, promotes vaccination. Advocates say Department of Justice federal execution moratorium not enough. Supreme Court to hear Maine school choice case about tuition for religious schools. Supreme Court rejects florist's case against participating in same-sex wedding. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Firms that backed Governor Charlie Baker's pro-charter initiative scored millions in contract with Massachusetts pension fund. Whistleblowers expose corruption in EPA Chemical Safety Office. How the People's Mayor saved public power. Did Russia's foreign minister get his bisexual Jesus riff from TikTok? Secret internal report slammed warden for freezing jail conditions, then he was promoted anyway. Nuclear weapon skeptics face turbulent path to reign in the Pentagon. Scientific American retracted pro-Palestine article without any factual errors. Farewell to Donald Rumsfeld, dreary war criminal. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Friday, July 2nd, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Methylglyoxal detoxification deficits causes schizophrenia-like behavioral abnormalities. At what temperature the weather becomes a problem? Identifying hospitals with a high proportion of patients with social risk factors. Researchers explore how children learn language. Stanford research shows muskrats are a bellwether for a drying delta. Onco-target, loss of CPAP in oral cancer. Only 20 states used health equity committees in COVID-19 vaccine distribution planning. A globally important microbial process hidden on marine particles. Insect-sized robot navigates mazes with the agility of a cheetah. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Plenty of blame to go around in Blackhawks scandal, including some for silent teammates. Aryna Sabalenka set to make Wimbledon breakthrough, Novak Djokovic wins again. Ohio State Museum celebrates 200 years of cartoon canines. Hot dogs cut wrong are the perfect size to lodge in child's throat. Bebe Rexha promotes body positivity in viral TikTok video, let's normalize 165 pounds. World Series champion Dodgers make traditional visit to White House. University of Chicago student wounded in the neck by stray bullet while riding Green Line train. 1-month-old girl among 7 wounded in Englewood mass shooting. They said your niece was shot. I couldn't believe it. White Sox call up top prospect Jake Berger. Man killed in I-94 crash. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Bitter turf war erupts publicly, CDS rejects IF's concerns. Euro 2020 quarter-final Hive, Belgium vs Italy. Harris faces allegations of toxic work environment. U.S. packs up from Bagram, hands over base to Afghan government. Higher cases, low CFR, Kerala's COVID numbers in 5 charts. COVID roundup, pregnant women now eligible for vaccination. How Anti-Yasi raced to the top of Amazon. Visit Toy A Shot of Hope and take the vaccination pledge. State was in denial mode, HC on Bengal post-poll violence. Euro quarter-final Hive, Switzerland 1-1 Spain. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Friday, July 2nd, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Openings and closings, Howdy Homemade Heroes in Houston, Flight Club this fall. Houston's 5 best weekend food bets, celebrate America and Canada, this July 4th. Rating how much we miss departed Houston sports figures. Reviews for the easily distracted, The Forever Purge. There's harmony and humor with a Bras Curry on side project. 10 fun facts about ivermectin, the COVID wonder drug. Upcoming Houston food events, honey butter chicken biscuits and buckets of fried bird. The Jenny Thing, uniting an 80s sound and 90s history with today's worldview. Miller Outdoor Theater changes ticket policies again to better assure attendance. Ranking what the Rockets might do at number 2. The next headlines are about world records making news. British engineer stacks 5 M&Ms, breaks Guinness World Records title, NBC New York. Watch, Neil Age is already planning to break own world record swim sets eyes on other challenges first, Love in Malta. New world record trout is officially certified by the IGFA, Field and Stream. Rowing crew sets world record for crossing Pacific Ocean between San Francisco and Hawaii, KTVU San Francisco. Good luck breaking this deceptively tough world record, ABC 17 News, ABC17news.com. Devendra Jataria surpasses his world record throw while fighting personal loss, The Indian Express. Auction breaks world records for Art Masters Paradash Sen, Hagade, The Statesman. Sri Lanka create world record for most losses in ODI cricket, Sportskeeda. Man breaks Guinness World Record for stacking 5 M&Ms on top of each other, Indy 100. Norway's Karsten Warholm breaks men's 400 hurdles world record, CNN International. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. We now know how Exxon secretly fights crackdowns on plastic pollution. Batgirl's new threads are all about function, style, and kicking ass. Woman who stabbed her friend for Slender Man at age 12 is getting released early. New social media site from Team Trump upsets QAnon faithful with hentai and men in diapers. Amazon never should have named it Alexa. Massive Antarctic lake disappears in just a few days. Journal retracts terrible study that claimed widespread COVID-19 vaccine deaths. Huawei's new MatePad would be a true iPad rival if only it had Google Apps. What do you want to see in the world of Avatar, The Last Airbender? Microsoft's blue screen of death gets a makeover for Windows 11. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Jarrah in Kuwait at 126.32 degrees Fahrenheit or 52.4 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Vostok in Antarctica at minus 104.26 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 75.7 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Despite $2.10 M ruling, ROM Universe owner considers bringing back ROM site. OnePlus now has one of the best Android update schedules. Facebook, Twitter pledge to fight abuse of women but leave lots of room for failure. Tesla has great quarter, delivers more than 200,000 Fs. Thinking about selling your Echo Dot or any iOS device? Read this first. General Motors looks to California for its next lithium supply. 30 under $25, a collection of good hidden gem games from Steam's summer sale. Rocket report, Super Heavy rolls to launch site, Funk will get to fly. Game on, Sir Richard Branson will attempt to go to space on July 11th. Google Play dumps APKs for the more Google-controlled Android app bundle. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Kimberly Guilfoyle bragged to Trump donors she dressed up as a sexy cheerleader for Naughty Boy Don Jr., report. How the Reagan Revolution collapsed America and the Florida condo. Brazil prosecutors to probe claims against Bolsonaro in alleged vaccine graft case. Trump fans spread lies that the military is ready to act to reinstate him after Arizona audit. Infamous Capitol rioter joined up with Lauren Boebert and Madison Cawthorn during border visit, report. Ohio police chief resigns after he's caught placing KKK sign, along with mock hood and robe, on black officer's desk. Here's the disturbing reason Trump should be thrilled by this week's news, indictments and all. Alaska GOP lawmaker shares meme that promotes hanging of doctors who force him to get vaccinated. The Supreme Court just refused this anti-gay florist's case. Some legal experts suggest this debate isn't over yet. Kids can see it. Neighbors frustrated as Trump supporters refuse to take down profanity-laced anti-Biden flag. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Advocates say the Biden administration's execution moratorium doesn't go far enough. An indictment of the Trump Organization is an indictment of Donald Trump. Progressive lawmakers want Biden to not include military spending in infrastructure plan. Senators want to pay for infrastructure with asset recycling. That's just a fancy term for privatization. Ditch the home fireworks this weekend, Western officials beg. Stop blaming crime rates on defunding the police. The Trump team's new social media platform is already flooded with hentai. Read the indictment against the Trump Organization and Alan Weisselberg. Ron DeSantis' deplatforming bill is deplatformed and everyone wins, but also loses. Dark money is about to get much darker. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. At least 2034 ways Earth has blown its cover, IEEE spectrum. The origin of technosignatures, Scientific American. Wayne Green, Pentagon ET report tells us more about us than them, Tulsa World. Scientist, I want to believe in UFOs, prove me wrong, the Philadelphia Tribune. July 2nd is World UFO Day. Have you seen a UFO? Santa Fe, New Mexican. Want to find extraterrestrial life? Enlist the help of the public. Brandeis now, Brandeis University. Space aliens might already be watching us, Scientific American. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. How astrocytes shape the developing brain, technology networks. Therapeutic effects of catechins in less common neurological and neurodegenerative disorders, DocWire News. Transcranial magnetic stimulation in Alzheimer's disease and ET, Dove Medical Press. The key role of astrocytes in cognitive development, Science Daily. Astrocytes control the critical period of circuit wiring, Science Magazine. The mind of a blind Batman reveals that novel maps can emerge in the adult brain, Medical Express. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Friday, July 2nd, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. UFOs in the nukes. Are UFOs a threat to national security? That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Friday, July 2nd, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News.8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News.8. All rights reserved.